Well. Welcome back to Whiskey with E. I'm Eric. Now, tonight we are going to do something a bit different. So, we are going to try fill up this barrel. Now, I did a little research on YouTube. Now, it seems like everyone says you should season the barrel by, you pretty much fill it up with water and then you keep emptying it out, eventually you're seeing if it's still leaking, all that jazz. But since I watched a Bruzel, you know, let's just say an episode where he was talking with the Detling, the person that's behind all that, and it got to a scene where they were pretty much spraying their barrels from the outside. Now, he explains that now when you fill up the barrel with water and you empty it, you notice how the barrel seems a little bit yellow, so maybe that's all the goodness and all the color that you want to keep. So I thought I just seasoned it from the outside, if that's even how you call it. I just wet it from the outside using some boiled water. I kind of just soaked it, kept rolling it around in the water. But we're gonna see if it works. Alrighties. Now, there was a little hole on the bottom here. I kind of just put that little thing there, but I got myself some $5 bottle of Tawny. Let's just say from Audi. It is keeper's glove. So, worst comes to worst, you're only wasting $5, but it's not going to be a waste because it's going to work. But, so the plan is we're going to fill this up. We're going to let it sit for a bit. Hopefully it doesn't leak. And once I empty it, I might want to throw in a overproof rum. I'm thinking like a Bundaberg OP or something like that. And then I'm thinking we'll let that do its thing for however long we're going to decide. And then I kind of want to put in since I do love a wild turkey, I want to put in a rare breed. But so then it's going to be like an interesting expression of a rare breed. So you know what? Let's get right into it. I'm going to open this up. Alright. See, this one here comes without the bung hole. Let's just bung hole. Bung hole. Sounds funny. Anyways, here we go. It's a twisty. It kind of has a plastic plug bit. Screws in. This looks copper, but it feels plastic. You know what? I picked this up at pretty much like a rubbish tip. Now, this, pretty much among other things, costed me $5. Another man's trash is another man's treasure, they say, and for this case, that is definitely the case. So here we go. Alrighties. But, alright, pause for the cork, the bottle crack. Alright, here we go. You know what, we may as well have a sip. For everyone that knows, I haven't really been drinking too much lately, so we're going to have a sip. But while that's sitting there, I'm going to attempt to fill this up. Here we go. Alrighties. And if it is leaking, we're going to know. I have a bowl on my lap, so let's go. Maybe should have probably got a funnel. Definitely should have got a funnel or something. A lot of it's splashing on top here. And now it's starting to get a little bit heavy for my hand to hold it like that, so this is the first time, guys, so I figured I'm going to share the journey with you. Fill up my first barrel. I know it's just filling it up with a cheap $5 Tawny from Audi, but it's what we're going to do with it after that's going to be the magic. Oh my goodness. Here we go. It's filling. So this would be a good experiment if you enjoy like a port cask finish or anything like that. I take it this is what you're going to have to probably experiment with, unless you want to do it my original styles and you just grab some wood chips and soak it in some Tawny and eventually empty that. Oh my goodness. And then we're going to eventually empty that and fill it up with some bourbon or some rum. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Oop. Okay, that's a bit odd. I mean, I thought this was a litre barrel, and this is only a 750, which it feels like it's already pretty full. Let's see. Oop. Yeah. Well, there you go. It seems like it's pretty full. No wastage here. Drinking straight out of the barrel. Oh, here we go. Maybe there is still some room. Maybe. I'm seeing a little bit of room, but not too much. There we go. Got a sip left there. Oh my goodness. There goes that. Where'd it go? Oh, technical difficulties. Whew, that just gave me a stitch bending down real quick. Oh my goodness. Right. That is filled. You know what? We'll leave out some air space. I mean, it doesn't look like there's much space in there. I can see the liquid. Let's put it on. And look at this. No drips that I can notice right now. Alright. Hold on. Here we go. Nice and tight. Look at... Oh. Where that just come out of. Okay. Bowl for safety. Alright. Let's just say there must be something on the top here that isn't fully airtight, so maybe we're just going to have to sit the barrel like this. I should have really made this a little bit smaller so it's flat, but we're just going to sit it in here, eh? And there you go. My first barrel fill. Hopefully this is going to work wonders, I think. I mean, I did want to try lay it on its side, but I did listen to another distiller, or, you know, someone in a distillery talking about why it is that they sit their barrels upright. And their explanation is there is less air if it's this way. Now, if it's leaning on the side, you're going to have that pocket on top, right? So essentially this is just going to be the top bit there that's just not touching wood. So you know what? We will come back in the future. I mean, I'm not going to edit, so I can't really pause this video and be like, alright, we're back in 6 weeks time. So you're going to have to see a part 2 about this. Let's just say this is just part 1, me filling this barrel up, which is awesome. I don't see any drips. That is awesome. So there you go. So for everyone that was wondering how I did it, let's just say I had this barrel. Alright, I had the kettle. It was a little bit hot, but not to the point of boiling. You know, I let it sit on here. I kind of poured it all around here. You know, and then at some point, I was hearing water in there. So I'm like, oh, you know, better tip that out. And then at some point, you realize that there's a hole on the bottom, and that's where water was also going into it from when I was filling it up the other way. So maybe that's why they got rid of this barrel, because there was a hole in it. But there you go. A little bit of a piece of wood. Got that, no worries. Hopefully. But there you go. I mean, I'm not going to try to tip it on this angle yet, because as I just said, I do notice it's kind of leaking out from the top. Unless it's, yeah, because I've sipped it all out already, you see. So it shouldn't really be leaking, but if we do this, yep, I do notice some liquid building right there. Okay. Well, there you go. Looks like this is going to be the bunghole sippy tap. But yeah, there you go, guys. I'm going to let this maybe go sit in the garage. I mean, there's a heater in the garage, so you know what? Maybe that heat is going to be like a nice summer weather or something. But we're going to let that sit. There you go. But let's have a sip of this. Alrighties. So I'm pretty sure I've already reviewed this in the past. I mean, it's not the quality of quality ports and tawnies, you know, compared to something that I've recently just had, which I do still have some that is soaking in the red gum. But you know what? Maybe we should even compare them. But let's have a sip of this first. I mean, look at that color. I mean, they do call this reserve tawny, but when you're looking at the color, guys, it is more vibrantly ruby red than that tawny color. All right, but let's have a sip, guys. Cheers, everyone. I mean, just bright red fruits. You're not even really getting like the raisins and you know, that comes more with more aged port. But you know what? What do they say back here? Step to the crease and raise a glass to the unsung hero behind the stumps. Keeper's glove captures the essence of cricket's timeless spirit in every sip. Oh yeah, keeper's glove. For everyone that they're talking about cricket. It's like baseball, but totally different bat and totally different game altogether. Scrap that. It's just a game that uses a bat and a ball, so similar in that aspect. All right. Just as the keeper protects the stumps with unwavering focus, our well-guarded blend envelops your senses with aromas of prune, citrus, and Christmas pudding. Slowly unfolding layers of raisins, plums, and 5 spices partner with subtle hints of citrus and chocolate. That's, I don't know about that. Great depth of fruity sweetness. Yes, it's very fruitily sweet. Is supported with cameo of acidity, delivering a soft, clean finish. Cheers to tradition. Blah, 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 this and that. All right. Yeah, the prune, maybe. Oh, plums. I said prune. No, yeah, aromas of prune. Citrus. I'm not really getting the citrus. Christmas pudding. I mean, you could look at it like it's one of those sweet, yeah, I guess, like a Christmas pudding cake or something. Unfolding layers of raisins, plums, and 5 spices. I don't really taste any spiciness in this. Honestly, they're like citrus and chocolate. I'm not getting no chocolate whatsoever. Marketing. Don't believe everything you read on the bottom. Now, trust me, I have had port in the past where it was from the 90s, you know, a bit of cork issues, been tainted, but that actually tasted like chocolate. So I know when I taste chocolate in a port, I would tell you. And it's definitely not here. But you know what? I'm going to pour up some more. We're going to grab out that other one, which I have sitting in the cabinet. So I'll pause you for a second. Hold that thought. And we're back. So, you know, before the barrel, you know, if you just have some oak wood chips that you want to toast, like I said, you can always put it in a glass, fill it up with the liquid of your choice, and put a cork on top. So that's pretty much what I did with this old bottle of there goes that cork. Galloway pipe, lumber port. So this is an old one. See, it's got all that sediment layer on the bottom. That's when you know it's been sitting in the bottle for some time. So I just figured we're going to add some extra shenanigans to it. And let's have a nose. Oh, definitely a lot more woody. I mean, more Australian red gum vibes. Sorry about the lighting, guys. I mean, my bad. It's a piece of shit light, alright. Oh, you know what? The nose, it's just lovely. You could almost say it's more oaky. But the sweetness is still there. Nothing like this. That is just bright and like red fruit sort of thing. Now, even look at the color. Alright. This is like almost like a real dark red. Now this, I know there's wood chips in there and it's probably hard to see, but if you look in the gaps, it's like it's tawny. So it comes across almost like orange with a little red hue. Alright. Let's have a taste. I mean, it's been sitting in here for some time. This is the last of it, I think. Unless I got another bottle tucked away. If not, then this is it. More soft on the palate. And that finish, it kind of just goes to raisins, sultanas, and there is hints of chocolate in this. But at the start, I'm just going to have another sip, guys. This is awesome compared to that. Yeah. Hit you with that red gum woody element first. But then it just rolls to the fine, beautiful port that it once was. But just extra, alright? There you go. You know what? I might even... I don't even want to do it, but... there's this left. I may as well... I don't know. I'm going to spoil this. I don't want to do that, actually, but... I mean, there's only a few sips left, technically. So, you know what? Let's add this in. Oh, my goodness. What am I doing? Spoiling a good port with a $5 cheapie from Audi. Here we go. Hopefully it's going to blend together and make this enjoyable experience last a little bit longer. Okay, maybe it's just filled too much. Alright, we're going to need to take a sip. Sorry about the lighting. Stay. Yeah, brought out more of that bright red fruit element. I mean, if you like something sweet and fruity, then there you go. For $5, you're going to get a 17.5%er, which is practically 10 standard drinks, I think this is. So that being said, a bottle of bourbon is going to be like 22 standard drinks. Obviously, the experience is going to be a whole lot different, but I mean, if you are just drinking to want to get drunk, essentially you can have 20 standard drinks for $10 instead of, you know, for example, the cheapest $43, or I'm sure you're going to find the Jim Beam $39, but still 22 standard drinks. But yeah, if you just really wanted to just sip on something to feel warm and fuzzy inside, then yeah, I guess that would be your option. But if you want to enjoy the flavors, if you enjoy real sweet flavors, then maybe you'll like this. Oh my goodness, that is so close. Alrighties, now I'm